Hello everyone. In this presentation, we are going to see about Applet programming part 2. So in previous class, we have seen about how the purpose of Applet programming and how it started and how it is developed, uh, and how it is developed in Java and where and all we have implemented and which are the browsers we have used by using Applet, which are the browsers we have used, and how to inject Applet into the web pages. These all things we have covered in the previous video. And in this presentation, we are going to see about Applet life cycle. Okay. See, students, so the Applet programming, the unit itself, it's very, very large, and I'm going to make it as three parts. Okay. In part two, some of the area we are going to cover. In part one, some of the areas we have covered. In part three, some of the areas we will cover about the applet. Okay. So we have divided the applet programming unit into three parts. So in the second part, what are the things we are going to cover? We will see. Okay. So first of all, we know that applet has life cycle. Okay, life cycle. Okay, it has to start, it has to execute. Okay, and it has to destroy. So three things has to happen. So in normal words we can say like this, but internally we have some functions which is going to do this task. Okay, that functions we will see one by one. That functions we will see one by one. So some here in the applet life cycle, I have mentioned the functions which is going to do some specific task. Okay. Now assume that you have written the code. Okay. Assume that you have written the code. Okay. Inside the code itself, we will be having some codes about the applet, and we will be having the HTML tag also inside it. So HTML tag, applet space, the applet width we will give, the applet height we will give. Okay, and code is equal to, we will give the code name also. Okay, that in practical, if you remember how we have executed, how the program we have typed, that you keep in your mind. Once you write the code, what we will do, we will compile it. We will compile it. So once we compile it, what we will get? We will get class file, dot class file. This class file is going to be what? Executable file. Okay, this class file is going to be executable file, which means first we will compile, then we will run. So when we run the code, this class file will be taken and it will be given to the CPU. Then CPU, it is going to process it and it is going to show the output. So for applet, output will be the applet window. So applet window will be like this. So we will be having a into mark here, and we will be having minimize and maximize icon, and here we will be having minimize icon. This is maximize icon, and here close. You know that. Okay. So this is applet window. Okay. So when we run the code, which means which function will be called first? The function will be called first is init function. What is the expansion for init function? Initialization. Okay. So the applet will be initialized. Applet will be initialized. And once the applet is initialized, then we will get this window here. Okay, we will get this window. All right. Now, once the initialize function is called, then that particular state is called as what? The particular state is called as bound state. Okay, what? Bound state. Okay, bound state. After the bound state, excuse me, after the bound state, start method will be called. So start method, init function or start function, everything will be inside the code. Okay, this is the code we have written inside the code. Okay, first initialization, then start. So once the start method is called, immediately what are the components we have written in the code? For example, to draw square, to draw rectangle, to draw circle, we might have written code here that will be displaying here. Okay. Now, once the start method is called, immediately the graphics will be plotted on the applet window. Which is applet window? This is applet window. Okay. In this applet window, it will be plotted. Plotted means drawn. Okay. So when it is drawn, which method will drawn this one? This one will be drawn by paint method. So paint method we will be having here. So once the components or objects or the figures drawn into the applet window, that state is called as running state. That state is called as what? Running state. Okay. So when we are entering into the running state, paint method will be executed. Which one will be executed? Paint method will be executed, which means paint method will be called. So once the paint method is called, once it completes its task, once the paint method completes its task in the applet window, immediately stop method will be called. Okay, stop method will be called. Okay, and stop method will be called, and then it is going to be in idle state. Okay, which means once the figure everything is drawn on the applet window, once it completes, which one? Paint method, once it completes its job. Paint method, once it completes its job, immediately stop method will be called. Then this particular window, it is going to be in idle state. Idle state means nothing happens, it will be there. Okay. All right. Now, see, now if you want to, you see, if you want to close it, you can close now. So if you close here, if you click on this button, then next state is what? Dead state. So once you close this, destroy method will be called. Once the destroy method is called, then the idle state, from idle state to dead state, it will go. Which will go? Applet window, it will go to dead state. Okay, this is one side case. So we from where we have started. We have started from init function, then start method, then paint, then stop, then idle, then destroy, then dead. Okay, this is one way. In another way, you see running method. From the running method, you can see here. You can see here from running method, start method is called again from idle state to running state. See, in this situation, you have to understand clearly. See, already the component has been drawn. Okay, and if you want to see the output again, which means, let me take this example. See, from this circle from left to right, you want to move. Okay, from left to right, you want to move. Then start method will be called again and again. Okay, because from this position to this position, it is going to reach. Again, it has to come here. Again, it has to run like this, which means it is going to be in loop. So in that situation, start method will be from the idle state to running state, it will be going. Then stop method will be called. Again, idle state, then start method, stop method, like that, it will be in loop only. Okay, this program we have executed in lab. So like this, it will be in loop. Okay, right. Now we have understood how the applet lifecycle works. Okay, so to understand about this applet lifecycle, watch this video again and again. Don't be lazy, first of all. Okay, all right. So now we will move on to next one. So yeah, let me read out this. The applet lifecycle refers to the stages an applet goes through from the creation and from the creation to its termination when it runs in the web browser. Okay, here they have given us a web browser. You can put here applet viewer. Okay, instead of that applet viewer. Okay, or web browser also, it's correct. Coming to applet life cycle. So what are the things I explained here? That only they have given here. So just you read it out this thing. I'm not going to do this one. Okay. Now we have the code applet code here. Let me explain it quickly. So AWT, we know what is AWT, abstract window toolkit. Abstract window toolkit. Okay. In that abstract window toolkit, which method we will be having? We will be having paint method. So we will be having paint method. In abstract window toolkit, it is a package. In that package, we have graphics class. In that graphics class, we have paint method. So if I want to bring into hierarchy, first AWT package, from AWT package, graphics class, from graphics class to what? Paint method. Okay. So in AWT, we have graphics class. In graphics class, we have paint method. Coming to next one, applet. In applet, what are the things we have? We have init method, we have start method, stop method, and destroy method. We have in what? In applet package. This is package. Okay, AWT is the package. In that we have only one method, that is what? Paint. Okay. Coming to applet, we have one, two, three, four methods in applet package. Okay. Coming to this one, my applet is the class name. Extends applet, which means what? Extends applet class. So what are the things? See, if you want to implement init function, start function, stop function, and destroy function, we have to we have to inherit applet class to this particular class. Okay, applet class which is available in the Java library, that will be taken here. And in applet class, what are the things we have? Init function, start function, stop function, destroy function. Okay, so applet is the applet is what? Applet is a package. In that applet package, we have applet class. In that applet class, we have what? Init function, start function, stop function, and destroy function. Okay, paint is belongs to what? Paint is belongs to graphics class. Okay, all right. So what are the things we have inside it? See, in this function, we have applet initialization. So init means what? Initialization. That's why applet initialization. And in start method, what we have? Applet execution started. Just we are printing. Okay. This is a simple program for applets. This you can write very easily. No concept, nothing in this. Simply you can write this and you can explain it. Okay. If any applet program is asked for in the examination. Next, we have stop method. In stop method, applet execution stopped. And paint method, it is painting. Okay. And here we have one argument that is nothing. For graphics class, we are creating one object. This object is going to draw. Okay. This object is going to draw the components. For example, square, rectangle, circle, line. Okay. Arc like this. Okay. Next, we have destroy. Destroy method is nothing. After destroyed, it will be displayed. Okay. All right. Now, we will move on to the next one. Okay. Yeah. So we will talk about first about web page. Okay. So see, you are in fourth semester. You may not know about the web page. A simple introduction I will give about the web page, then we will move on. So when we browse, whatever we are getting as a response from the server, when we browse, that page is nothing web page. Okay. So where the web page will be available, you see in a server there will be websites. There will be many websites. In websites we will be having web pages. In web pages we will be having contents and graphics. Okay, this is website. In that website I will be having web pages. In web pages I will be having contents. So how we have pages in textbook? In a textbook we will be having uh, multiple pages. Similarly, we will be having in server also. Okay, so whatever response when we get from the server, so everything is considered as web page. So everything is considered as web page. In every web page, we will be having the content, and we will be having some graphics. Okay, to interact with the user, to interact with this. These are the graphics we have to interact with the server from the user. Okay, to design this web page, to make the layout of this web page. Okay, first layout of the web page. What language we have to use? Which is scripting language we have to use? So we have to use HTML. So hypertext markup language. Okay. Secondly, for design and all, we have something called as CSS. So CSS means cascading style sheet. Cascading style sheet. Okay, so cascading style sheet, we have to design about the web page. Okay, first layout, then designing. Third one, functionality. I'm so sorry. Third one, functionality. So functionality means nothing. See, in Amazon, if you have your web page, in Amazon, if you have the page, okay, for example, in this page, you have, wait, let me draw it normally. Consider this the web page. In this web page, if you're ordering something, okay, a mobile, okay, a mobile which cost around 10,000 rupees, okay. If you are selecting quantity 2, okay, how much it will be? 10,000 plus 10,000, that is 20,000 rupees. So here we are performing addition operation. This addition operation will be performed by uh, a scripting language called as PHP or JavaScript. Okay, or JavaScript. Okay. So you see, we are not going to make the web page, or we are not going to develop the web page by using this thing, by using PHP and JavaScript in this subject. Now we have to understand about which are the scripting languages we are using for to develop the web page. Okay. So PHP, don't bother about PHP and JavaScript. In this unit, we are not going to cover those things. Meanwhile, you understand these are the scripting languages we have to develop the web page. So mainly HTML and CSS. Okay. So here you can see one code. This is for what? This is completely HTML only. Completely HTML only. There is no CSS in this. Okay. Let me explain this quickly. So if you notice one thing, see, applet, yeah, it is not going properly. I don't know why. Uh, Let me select the pen. Okay. So for every HTML code, the tag should start with HTML only. So it is starting with HTML and it is going to end with HTML only. Okay. So HTML tag we have to begin in this way, and very immediately head tag has to be there. Okay, head tag we have to close here. In between that, title tag we have to give. Here we can give any title for this. Any title for this. Then body begins. So after the head, body begins. So body tag we are opening here. Body tag we are closing here. Okay. So inside the body tag, we have heading. So heading in the sense, we have six types of heading: H1, H2, H3, H4, H5, H6. So here we have H1. If you want to make any large headings with high fonts, which means the font size, if you want to be large, then you can use H1. So if you want a small one, you can use extreme small, that is H6. So in between that, anything you can use, that is your choice. Here we have used what? H1. H1 we have to close also. Next, applet code. See this tag, this tag, this complete tag, where we will give in applet code itself. Okay. So it should begin with what? Applet keyword, applet space code. So see in applet tag, so applet tag it is from this to this applet tag it is. In this we have to use three attributes. Code is one attribute, width is one attribute, height is one attribute. So we have three attributes in applet. The first attribute is nothing from which program we are taking the class file that we have to mention. So my applet is my code. Uh, dot class is the extension of that. So it should be enclosed with double quotes. Width is equal to 300. So here you can give 500 also, no problem. It's your choice. You can give 200 also, that your choice. And here you can give anything, your choice. Okay, it should be enclosed with what? Double quotes. Okay, so again I'm repeating, applet tag will take, see applet tag we have to close here. Applet tag, which applet tag will be having three attributes: code, width, height. Okay, so this is completely HTML tag only. So no need to mug up this one. It is very simple to keep in your mind. It's very easy. Okay. All right. Next, next we will see. Next slide I will take quickly. Designing web page. So in designing web page, so students, I'll try to rub this. Yes, now it's going. Yeah. Now designing web page, you see, as I said before, we are using HTML, CSS for designing the web page. Here they have given on context that we will see. Actually, a web page is a document that can be displayed in the web browser. It can contain text. It can contain text. It can contain text, images, videos. Okay, images, videos, links, forms, or interactive content. Okay, so we can include text, images, videos, links, forms. So this you have experienced. You when because nowadays we are browsing many times in a day. So you might have known about the web pages. What are the items we have into the web pages? Sometimes somewhere it will be like a click here. So under inside the click here, see if you click that one, it takes to some other page. That is nothing links. Okay, so web pages are usually written in HTML, hypertext markup language, and Applet is a small Java program that runs inside a web page. Okay, all right. Now, web pages. See, web pages can be embed applets using applet tag that we have seen in the previous example. The applet can interact with the user. Yes, exactly. And display graphics inside the web page. So you can say that in a web page, you will be having some video. In that video, we will be having control buttons, play button, and next button. Okay, like that, we will be having some buttons that are all nothing graphics. That is nothing graphics. Graphics is implemented by what? Applet. Okay. Next, basic HTML structure. That the structure only I have explained now. So first comment section. Comment section we have to give in this way. In C language, if you see comment section, how we will give two forward slashes for single line comment, multi-line forward slash followed by that star, and we will type the statements, and finally we will give what? Star forward slash. Similarly, here we have this left angle bracket. This is called as left angle bracket. This is right angle bracket. And here we have to give not operator, not operator. And here you can give your comment. So for example, HTML code you are writing for student record, you can write like this: open angle bracket, exclamatory mark. Otherwise, you can say not operator, student record. Okay, student record, and close it. That's it. This is comment section. This is called as what? Comment section. So you know what you know about comment section. No need to explain this one. Secondly, in designing web page, the structure. Second thing is Head section. So head section already we have seen. In head section, you see in head section we will be having three items. If you if we are not able to understand this thing, leave it, no problem. This is nothing. Whatever items we are giving the entire program, that should be converted into UTF-8. So about UTF-8, actually we have studied in C language itself, fundamentals of computer. In that itself we have studied. So you just Google it and see, because UTF it's a old one. Okay, you just refer that. So in head part, you can include only the title, no problem. Leave these two items, no need. So in head part, title you can give here. You can give here student record. We can give here student records. Okay, like that you can give the title. And the next body section, thirdly, body section contains all visible content on the web page. So if you want to include text, you can include. If you want to give images, you can give. You can give video. You can give links, forms, and applets. Applets means something graphics. Okay. Next, yeah, this we are next. Yeah. So inside the body, you can see heading, you can give, that is your choice. If you are not giving, also no problem. Then paragraph, if you want to include, you have to include P tag. P stands for paragraph. Okay. Next, applet tag we have to give here. Applet tag I have given, I have closed here. Then body we have closed here. That's it. So inside the body itself, we have to give the applet tag. Coming to applet tag, already we have seen about this applet tag. This is the syntax for applet tag. So applet tag is belongs to HTML. That applet tag we are using for what? Java code. Okay, that you have to understand clearly. So in applet tag, we will be having three attributes. So attributes, if you remember, we have studied attributes in DBMS. Attributes means it is the information about something. It is the information about something. For example, student, if I say, what are the attributes we have for a one particular student? I'll remove yes. Particular student's name is one attribute. Then mobile number is one attribute. Address is one attribute, right? Similarly, here for applet tag is a student, consider like that. This is going to be name, this is going to be mobile number, this is going to be address. That's why three attributes we have. These three attributes are mandatory, we have to give. First one is code, that program name, followed by dot class extension. Width is equal to 300, height is equal to 300 or 200, your choice it is. Then we have to close applet tag. Okay, so here some of the items are given. See, this unit is very simple one. Rather than covering other, this thing you cover first. First code. Okay, name of the compiled applet class file. Okay, you know this thing, when you compile the code of the Java, then you will get a class file. That is nothing we are going to give into the code. Next, with the size of the applet window in the pixels. Okay, with the okay number of pixels we will be having. What presently we will be having 300 pixels. For height, that is also in pixel. Y-axis, height of the applet window in pixels. Okay. Next, ALT. ALT means, here it is, yeah. ALT means alternative. See, alternative, to understand about this thing. See, if I'm trying to include one image in the web page, for example, that image is not present. Okay, I forgot to download and upload it. So in that situation, the image will not pop up in the particular area. So instead of that image, what you can do, alternatively, it can display some text. So that's why we have what? ALT tag. Okay. Actually, ALT is not a tag, it's an attribute. Okay, it's an attribute. Next, align. Align of the applet on the top of the page. So next, name. So name in the sense, just a minute. Okay, name of the applet. It's an optional. See, this also no need to give. This also no need to give. So meanwhile, you keep in your mind what is a alternative, what is align. Next, creating an executable applet. See, students, this all items or this all information already we have seen. We have done it practically, but theory wise we didn't see. That's why I'm putting this effort. Please watch this video. Make use of this. Okay. Creating an executable applet. You see, uh, first writing the applet code, applet program, compile the applet program. Then if compile, you know how to compile it. This is the syntax to compile. If you see this properly, then you will remember practical what we have done. So this is for compilation, and this is for what? This is to create HTML file. So HTML file, see, we have done in practical HTML. We are not created separately in the code itself. Where when we type the code, no, this one, my applet. There itself we have given HTML code. So no need this one. Okay. Then run the applet. Run the applet. What we have to do? Applet viewer space program name dot HTML you can give in this case, but in this case we have to give Java only. Okay, all right. Adding applet to HTML file. So this and all you know, writing applet code, compile the program, create an HTML file, then add applet tag. This all things you know. So no need to explain about this. So this also you know how to run the applet viewer, how to run the code, running the applet. This also we know. See only one change here. See in lab we have done this part. Okay, so by using applet viewer only we have executed. We have not used web browser for execution, but in examination we have to write this one. Older version Internet Explorer will support applet, Firefox will support applet, Netscape will support applet, can load and run applets directly from the HTML file. See, this we have not done in practical, but in theory, we have to write this in examination. Okay, we have to write this in an examination. It says that modern browsers no longer support of applets. Okay, so we are used this one. Okay, next. Next, yeah, display numerical values in the applet. See, this we have done in the lab itself. Okay, so no need to teach, I think, but quickly I will do a review and we'll move on. Yeah, all right. So, look at this. So what this says, to display numbers inside a applet window, okay, we use the paint method and draw the string function. Okay, look at this carefully. We have used we have imported two items. First one is applet package. Second one is AW2 package. Why we have used that we know. Applet package means what? In this we have init function, we have destroy function, we have start method, we have stop method. This all things we have in applet. In AWT what we have? We have paint. We have paint. Okay. So now in this program, you see, we are going to paint. Void paint we have used. And here A is equal to 10, B is equal to 20. That we are adding here. Sum is equal to. Then the value of A. So draw string means we are going to see whatever we put into the applet window that used to say what? Draw. Okay, if it is text draw string we have to use draw string function we have to use. Okay, that's why I have given here draw string function. So g dot, where the g is, this g is responsible for all the actually we have to change the c g dot draw string, which means g is the object or graphics class that we have created. So we have to create this thing. You can put Q also here, no problem. If you put Q here, here also we have to change Q. Okay. So now G is there. G is an object. By using that object only, we have to call what? Draw function. Draw string. See, draw string, that function you see. The first word completely lowercase. The second word, it is beginning with uppercase. Okay. Then here A value, B value, and sum F, I. Here we are getting 50 and here 110. Okay. So now we will move to the next one. Yeah, let me select this. Yeah, displaying numerical values. Yeah. So for the previous program, uh, for the previous program, we have, yeah, let me clear this. For the previous program, the code, HTML code has to be there, no, that they have given separately here, but it should be with the code itself. Inside the code itself, you can mention, or outside you can mention. In examination, you will write separately, no problem. Okay, this one you can write separately. And if you see in this, when we write this one inside the code, what happens? Only this part we will mention. Only this part we will mention. We will not mention HTML, body, this items and all. But when we write outside of the Java code, okay, this completely we have to write, and we have to save this in the format of the extension of .html or .htm. Okay, in this two way we can save. Okay, now coming to next one, getting input from the user in Java applet. See students, for this you can take any program which takes input from the user. For example, adding two numbers. I think we have one program, Applet program, that you can read, that you can give us example if this question asked for. Okay. Otherwise, this program you can write, you will get the marks. For the previous program, the Applet code we have here. Okay. So now some of the tags we have to familiar with. See some of the tags. Let me read it out quickly. So first one is, let me change the color. Everything is red. Okay. So HTML, hypertext markup language, HTML tag, for what purpose it is? It is a root of HTML document. It's a root of HTML document, which means root means nothing. It is starting from HTML and it is ending to HTML. In between, we have many things. Those things are all siblings. Those things are all siblings. We will call this is root parent. Okay, parent node. This is parent node, and in between, whatever thing we have, that is called as siblings. Head node, it is a sibling of what? HTML. So contains page info like title. Okay. Next title we have show page title in the browser. So very simply we can explain this. Body tag contains visible page content. H1 tag, it is for heading, largest heading. P tag for paragraph tag here we have. BR tag is called as nothing, break tag. So insert a line break, which means for example, I have one statement on sentence. In the sentence, if I want to break in between, which means I am the student of Montfort. Okay, look at this statement. Here I break. Okay, here I broke. So here you can give BR tag, which means the next whatever comes after the student of Montfort, that is going to be displaying in the next line. Okay, that's why we have BR. Next, B means bold. If you want to display any text in the bold state, then you can mention B. Next, we have I. I means what? Italic. If you want to change any text into italic, that you can do. U means underline. Then A means we will use for creating hyperlinks. Hyperlink means nothing. URL. So A tag means anchor tag we will call. So A, then href. Href means reference. Hypertext reference equal to that URL you can copy and you can paste here. Okay, then you can close A tag. Okay. Coming to IMG means if you want to include image, IMG tag you can use displays an image. So this is the syntax for that. So syntax we have here for everything. It's very simple to keep in your mind. HR means horizontal line. If you want to draw, you can draw. UL means unordered list. So unordered list means bulletins, squares, disk structure, that and all you can mention. For example, in another list, for example, apple, if you're listing if you're listing the fruit names, apple, orange, orange, some of the yeah, grapes. Okay, so instead of numbers, you can put some structure. For example, disk structure like this. Bulletins we can keep. So if you are mentioning UL, oval if you mention numbers will be coming 1, 2, 3, or you can put Roman letters also 1, 2, 3. Okay. Coming to LI, list it is. OL means order list, LI means list. Just we are going to list. Okay, point wise. Next table, if you want to create a timetable, table tag we can use. And here TR tag means table row. If you want to create row, table means you will be having rows and columns, right? Rows and columns. If you want to make rows, TR we have to use. If you want to make column, which one we have to use? No, we don't have any tag for column TC. No, we don't have. So rows and columns, it's depend upon the tag what we give. So TR tag, if you give, rows will be generated. If you give headings, automatically it will be divide the columns. TD means table data. So inside the boxes, if you want to fill the data, you can use TD tag. Next, form means, you see, whenever we apply for something, there will be a form. In that, you will type your details, everything, and you will submit it. This is the entire form. Okay, in this entire form, you will be having this all items. Right, that's it. So coming to next one, advantages. Just you read it out and you will understand this thing, I hope. Then we'll move on to next one. Yeah, next to graphics programming that we will see in the next video. Please watch this video again and again to get multiple points and that you can represent in the examinations. Okay. All right. Thank you.